So here's an interesting thing. I was digging in some data recently, and let's take a look at this. So this is record industry album sales, right? So in the past year, CD sales have dropped by another almost, call it 11%. No surprise there. CDs are starting to go away. The next one, digital album sales are down by almost 3%. Again, that makes sense to me because I stopped buying albums on iTunes and started subscribing to Pandora and Spotify. So I can see how digital album sales would be going down. But check out number 3. LP vinyl record sales have increased by 30% in the past year. And look at these stats. In 2015, there are almost 12 million vinyl record sales. It's increasing every year. So how do we explain that? And remember, I'm not using the term record as a metaphor for just albums in general here. This is an actual physical record. Like, they're really heavy, they get scratchy so they don't sound as good. You put them on, you listen to the first side, then you have to flip it over to listen to the other side. Like, why in the world would I listen to Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band on this when I can listen to it on a device as small as this, or, even smaller? How do we explain that? It's this dude right here. Okay, we got health, we got safety, we got food, we got family. You know what's above family? Status, esteem, being part of a group, being cool. So I'm a huge Beatles fan, and I listen to all the Beatles albums on Spotify on my phone. This guy, he goes out and buys the original vinyl records. He is proving to the world that he is a higher status music fan than I am. He's much more serious than me. And he's willing to pay to do it, and he's willing to go to a physical record store in order to meet those needs. So guess what the number 2 biggest vinyl record seller in the world is? Urban Outfitters, right. They also sell cassette tapes, which I think is amazing because those sound terrible. So Urban Outfitters operates on the 4th level of human needs. It's all about self-esteem. It's about selling to the cool kids, people who want to be cool. And that's where the profit is, and that's also where human interaction is. Urban Outfitters is not going to have self-service automated checkouts anytime soon. So, lest you think that I'm a genius and invented all this needs stuff myself, I didn't. It comes from Abraham Maslow, and this is Maslow's hierarchy of needs. But what I did add to Maslow's hierarchy is this upward arrow on the side. Because as I was looking at the hierarchy, I realized the higher you go up, the retail goods that meet those needs, the more expensive they are. And in addition to that, the more they require high-touch human interaction in order to deliver them. Barbara was born in the 1940s to a poor family. Her father died when she was 1 year old. Her mother could never afford her to give her things like baby dolls, so Barbara would take a hot water bottle, fill it up with hot water, and pretend that that was a doll. She could never have dolls as a child, but when she grew up, she became Barbra Streisand, a global musical cultural icon, and she had enough money now to do whatever she wanted to do. So what did Barbra Streisand do with all that money? She built a shopping mall in the basement of her home. Barbra Streisand built her own little miniature shopping mall. It's got a candy shop, it's got an ice cream shop, it's got a doll shop. So why would you go to all this money to build a shopping mall in your home? That's because shopping malls deliver way up on that hierarchy of needs. They tap into that emotional nostalgia, family, belonging. We're way high up on the hierarchy now. People interacting with family and friends. That's what shopping centers are about. And literally none of that can be delivered in an online setting, at least at this point. So you go to like the shops at Venetian. I'm sure a bunch of you guys have been there. People say that retailers have to deliver entertainment. I completely disagree with that. Remember that hierarchy? Was entertainment anywhere on the hierarchy of needs? No, not at all. Why do you go to Las Vegas? To experience it with your family and friends. Why do you go to the Mall of America, for example? It's not just because you're a roller coaster junkie. It's to enjoy that experience with your family and friends. We're talking way up, fourth level stuff on Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And that's the kind of value that we deliver every day at shopping centers across America.